All right. So continuing with inverse trig. So we're going back to doing problems like this today. Doing a few of those, and then what else do we have? One or two other things on here. Yeah, and that'll be good. All right. So we're gonna do number 20? No. Well, I have on there to do 24 first, and I was just trying to figure out if it matters. I don't think it matters. We're going to do 20 first. Okay. So the cosine of theta is equal to minus 0.82 for 180 degrees, less than theta, less than 270 degrees. So just so we can go ahead and think about it, dealing with cosine, where does that occur when we're looking at inverses? The top half. So we just want to keep that in mind. All right, so I want to solve for theta. So how do I do that?
Draw your graph.
Theta equals what? I need to do this first. I can't do the other stuff yet.
Theta equals cosine, arc cosine? Arc cosine. Yeah, that.
All right, and in degree mode, I need you to find what that is.
When was the last time I charged my calculator?
I put new batteries in mine like a while ago. I don't know.
Dang it!
100.
Negative
134.9.
34.9.
David's right.
145.
Are you at?
Is it 0.1 or 0.9?
Mine's in degree.
0.09.
No,
Point
0.08.
0.08.
0.08.
Yeah, 1.0.
I think we said
That's
2
it,
decimal
wait.
places. So.
I was like,
Well, I couldn't remember because on my thing last year I had 1 decimal point for degrees, but we decided 2 yesterday just for consistency across the board. So that's why I was like, I don't know what it's supposed to be.
I was like
Degree mode.
0.8.
Degree?
And
Nathan. You looked
Degrees
it up wrong.
because this is given to us
You
in
said
degrees.
You said radian.
Yeah, you need to be in radians.
No,
No,
you
you
need
need to be in
degrees.
Degree.
Oh.
Radians is when you use radians.
Radians is when you use radians.
Well, I don't really know how else to
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
That is true. Okay, so now I'm looking at my graph. Okay, 145 degrees would occur where?
In the second
Somewhere
quadrant.
next
Okay.
Quadrant.
Somewhere in this general vicinity. But where do I want my answer to fall?
The third quadrant.
I want it
Why?
down here somewhere
Why do you want it down there?
Because you want theta, right?
because it says that it wants it between 180
Yeah.
degrees and 270 degrees. So it wants my answer to be in quadrant 3.
Okay, so you just add 90.
And then
What do you get if you add 90?
235.808 degrees.
Yeah, that's not right.
no,
No?
Wait, what do you add? Talking about
You do
like,
360 minus
Why?
145.08. It's
Well, I just said-
Why do you do that?
let me see if there's a thing that has the formulas for them.
Because if you add 90, it's still like
is it because of the formula for like
quadrant 3? Wait,
wait,
I don't remember the formula.
Yeah, it is the
I
formula.
never understood
Yeah.
what this headphone jack was for.
That's why I was seeing if they had different formulas in this section, but it's the formulas you had before for that stuff. So it's 360 minus whatever to put you in that
But
quadrant.
I thought the formula for
Can I charge this?
quadrant
You should
3
be
was
able to.
like whatever.
Quadrant, yeah, it's like, isn't it like
214.9.
theta minus
Or
180
180
or 180 minus theta?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 214 point whatever the decimal is what the answer is supposed to be.
214.92.
Yeah.
So,
How do you
trying to see
Confused, but-
where.
How do you check these ones?
beggars?
Well, to check it, you would plug this back into the cosine of 214.92 in degrees is equal to what?
Not there yet.
But like,
0.82.
Did you actually check it?
Yes. Negative 0.82.
Negative 0.82.
Negative 0.82, yeah. I got that.
yep.
Okay.
And you use cosine because the problem started off with cosine, right?
But I'm still confused why we did the 360 minus.
Is that just the way you
145?
do it? Well, I guess
Because like it still becomes like between 180 and the other one when you
Is that
add
just
when you add
for
180.
'Cause
is
we
that just
want-
for cosine though?
Yeah, yes, because you want the equivalent angle down at the bottom.
So you want like where it would be if
Because basically what we just did is we did 360 and we subtracted off that value because from here to here would be the same as from here to here. So if we subtract the value we get, that'll give you what this angle is.
Yeah, but I thought like if you just added 90 it would.
Because
Well, because 90 is not one formula.
here to here
I don't know.
is the same as here to here. Is what we're trying to do, basically. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to see, like, it just kind of has to make sense.
Okay, so what if it was like 90 degrees is less than theta, theta less than 180? Would it just be where that red line is?
Yeah.
Because that would have to be in quadrant too.
Wait, what did you say?
He asked if it was, what was it,
90.
90 less than theta less than 180, if it would just be where the red line is, and which would have been this would have been this 145.
Oh.
This is our answer here, in degrees. And like I would always plug back in and check, because if it didn't work, then you can try another formula because you're doing something to get this answer.
Okay.
If it doesn't work,
Just try it out.
just do something.
It's one of those things that you kind of just have to like just
Trial and error.
see it. Yeah. There's not really a good like rhyme or reason for
Why?
with these ones.
Straight out answers.
All right, so then 24 tangent of theta is equal to negative 5.3. This one is 90 degrees less than theta less than 180.
Could you do these problems like without a calculator?
No.
Good, but it'd
Do
be
you
hard.
want to?
So
No,
the
but,
answer
like,
is
is
going
there
to
a-
be quadrant.
Like, is there a way to do
Why do you?
I mean, I'm sure there is, because obviously your calculator has to know like what to use
Somebody
to do
has
it,
to
but
do it.
I don't know how to
Did
do
you learn
it.
that, like,
Yeah,
in
they had
college?
to do it before calculators.
It's just calculators.
I didn't really do anything with trig in college, which is really sad because it's like literally my favorite thing in math, but
Why? I'm glad
Actually,
you
like,
just
yeah.
don't. I never want to hear. Cosine.
trig was like my best grade in high school, so I think that's why.
Oh.
Like that, like quarter. Yeah, I finished with like the best grade in the class on that quarter. So I just love trig. I don't know. I also really liked chemistry, and that's another thing that most people don't like. So I don't know. All right, how about this one?
Okay,
you gotta
answers
do the
going to be in quadrant two.
arctan.
Okay, he's gonna be in quadrant 2.
That arctan. See?
Or in.
It is negative 79.32 degrees.
Yep.
Or W. would it like right
All right, so that occurs.
Wait,
In yeah.
where's
Wait,
Actually, this
tangent
is-
has to be on the right side.
Ah! Come back.
That would be what I said in my
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, next week, never mind.
I'm gonna do all.
And now
What is
Okay.
it for this? So now we have
It's
to
not,
go like
it's
to
not
quadrant
360
2.
minus that. What is it?
We have to go from quadrant 4 to quadrant 2.
How?
So
It's-
do you subtract like
Add 180.
Yep.
Oh,
add 180?
Add 180.
Lucky.
Wow.
Lucky.
Is that the? Oh yeah. Is that the formula for quadrant 2, right? Usually add.
I don't remember. I never remember those formulas. I have to have them in front of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Thing is,
100.68.
Okay, yeah. The degree formula for quadrant 2 is
Still.
180 minus theta.
Trial and error, I
I
guess.
really don't understand this problem.
And
you can
let's
check
check it.
this by doing tangent times the 100.
Like the tangent.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it good?
No,
Tangy.
The
Or
G.
Tangy.
It's the tangent.
oh my gosh, it's so quirky.
Angie.
I've heard.
Yes.
Why is it going even?
Because math is dumb.
I just said it was 180
I'm working on my
because
Peter
you
Griffin
need to get
impression.
into quadrant 2. So if 360 would just get you right back where you was. So after
Where
that,
you was.
where you were.
Where you was.
Where you were. So 180 would put you in quadrant 2
half
because
the-
it's half of the full.
Why did wait, you have to get there?
But yeah, I did not.
Well, and
remember-
equivalent tangent values are opposite of each other. So, like with the cosine one, equivalent cosine values are on top of each other.
Yeah.
But tangent equivalent values are opposite each other, or like opposite quadrants.
Oh.
Oh,
Where does it say
Okay.
that?
It
I'll act like
does it say that? I don't know if it's in your notes, but it that
Oh, it's
just
something.
just a unit circle thing. And then sine would be the same thing. Equivalent sine values occur like together.
Same as cosine?
Yeah, just the opposite direction. Because sine's y, cosine's x. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're-
So it's kind of like knowing a little bit about sine, cosine, and tangent, and then also, because that's why it's like there's not like a set thing, because if you were doing it for cosine or sine, it would be different.
So do you have to? We have to draw the line in
Check
quadrant
it
2
with every
now.
formula so you can get the right answer.
Yeah, so the equivalent line would literally
What if you
just be.
never
I'm really
get the
glad
right
you can
answer?
check these.
What if you just never get the right answer? You're like, what?
I'm really glad you can check these because I would not.
Yeah, because if you just had to leave it, not checking it, like, you're just not sure.
I get like every one of these wrong.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, if you plugged this value in, you would also get this. Like if you went and plugged back in tangent of negative 79.32, you would get that answer. And if you plug in tangent of 200.68, you're going to also get that same thing that you started with. Because they're supposed to be equivalent values. Let's see. Anything else? Measure of the angle. Ah, yes. Yes, there is. What number is that? 28. All right, 28. Find the measure of angle theta.
Friday, our brains are what? Why are my triangles are always curved?
My triangles are like
My triangle looks decent.
I was telling the other class, you know how I can like, you know,
my
I can
triangle
make
has
whatever
two
shape
sides.
I want and it'll just like turn it
Yeah.
into it or whatever.
You didn't know
Wait.
that?
Oh, that's
can
what
you do that?
Wait.
Do that again.
13.4 video we were watching That's what.
Why?
The
That's not
13.4
fair.
video we were
But you have to
watching.
hold
That's
it
when
to
you
pin
figured.
down.
That's when you figured out if you could like the straight lines, because they asked since you can do that with the circle. They were like, "Can you
Is
do
that
it
what
with
he
the
did?
straight lines?"
Well, so the other day when I was creating the key for your quiz, I was doing triangles, and I'm not joking. I was on the paper, like holding down my pen, thinking it was gonna fix my triangle on the paper. I was like, I've been using the iPad too long.
That.
My triangle has two sides.
Low bet.
My triangle has two sides.
How?
What?
It's not a
It's
triangle
impossible.
then.
Let me.
I wanna see.
It's an angle.
My triangle has two straight sides. That's it.
It's just two lines and they're not connected.
Bro,
No, they're connected.
I literally just saw it.
All right.
It's a polygon.
Find the measure of angle theta.
Wait, what is,
Oh, that's theta.
Okay. Now, in regards to what we are given, we don't want to find the other side. In regards to what we are given, what function would help us find theta?
Tangent, sine,
Tangent.
I have to write out
So the tangent of opposite,
Over adjacent, so 6.
so tangent of theta equals 6 over 1, okay, or just 6. So I need to solve, and this whole section's in degrees. Just to specify, I don't want your thetas for a triangle in radians.
Wait, what's Sakatoa?
You say that?
SOHCAHTOA.
Somebody
It's
has
like-
done that before.
So.
No, I just making sure that I'm emphasizing that because I don't want that to happen.
So it helps with like sign.
All right,
Then
so
I'm gotten it.
I want to get theta by itself.
Right, so-
Divide.
So are we solving?
Divide
Are we
by
solving for all six of them?
tangent.
For the
Divide
solution?
6 divided
Six
by 1.
divided
So
by
theta
one.
equals sine.
6 divided
I'm
by
just
1 in
finding theta.
parentheses divided by
Wait,
10.
wait, wait.
Theta equals.
Hold up, you have to get
Tangent
theta
times
by
6.
itself. That is-
I have to undo
6 divided-
tangent.
How do you
6
undo-
divided by tangent. No, wait,
How did I undo
arc
tangent up here?
Arctangent.
Why didn't we
Knew
suggest
that from the
first?
start. I was
That's
just
what
giving
we
you
were
guys
doing.
a chance.
Hence the section title, Inverse Trig.
Oh, I accidentally turned my calculator on.
Yeah, something
Theta
equal.
equals
80.54.
Is there degrees
Yeah, because it's an angle.
there? Oh. Right?
It's an angle and a
80.5
triangle, so yes, I want them in
degrees.
So is that theta? Like that's the answer? Oh wow.
Oh,
Wow, that was easy.
Not hard.
Okay, that was a lot easier than what I would have to do.
Give me a breath.
Do a breath of fresh air.
Breath of. Well, it's not fresh because it's still math, but air.
How do you think you did on that health quiz? Speaking of fresh air.
Not that good.
I think I did okay. First days.
Probably not
Oh,
an
like
A,
that.
but
I wish I had maybe an A.
A light bulb
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we ain't doing that
possibly.
problem.
I got a couple wrong.
Alright.
They were like all short answers.
Seizure and stroke. I think I'm like,
What is the
Julius
femoral
seizure?
Friends,
I said
Romans,
Caesar
countries.
Shut up, Jake.
I said less.
I said small seizures.
Alright, your problems are.
Don't cause as much brain damage.
Hold on, I think there's more listed up here. I need to find those first.
Caesar. Oh my gosh.
Seizure.
That are for bro.
Well,
3 through 9 odd,
you can't mark it.
and then
It's like putting Jesus in the answer for real.
3 through 9 on.
I know someone that used to put barbecue sauce if they didn't know the answer.
I respect that.
And sometimes the teacher would mark it right because the teacher didn't actually read the answers.
So
Like
they
to a
just thought it was
test?
like a word.
They just saw something was written there and gave them points.
Oh my gosh.
That's why you always fill in the answer. Don't leave stuff blank.
Don't
even
leave
if
stuff
you don't
blank.
know
That's
it.
when you.
That's what I never understand why people leave stuff blank.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
why?
something
It's
random.
I literally give like partial credit for trying.
The only time I leave stuff